Welcome back. We are now with residents from DDO who are very concerned. First off, we have Mr. J, who is a strong supporter of Mr. Herbert Brownstein.
Your campaign has been running against the attack to your incumbent. Why run this kind of campaign?
Well, thank you for that question. I'm of the belief that whenever you run for a position in an election, for any form of public office in whatever level of government, whatever you say, whatever your policies are, your track record, as well as your past experience are all things that should be looked at. Because at the end of the day, what DDO residents are basing their vote on is, are they basically hiring you? And an electoral campaign is sort of like a public interview of all the candidates. And I do believe that everything should be on the table of the four things that I mentioned. Now, what I have not done during this campaign is resort to personal attacks on an individual level. So the notion that it's personally attacking Mr. Brownstein is quite a fallacy, I think, and it's quite silly. Just like in District 6, an incumbent city councilor posted on her Facebook that whatever I was doing was personally attacking Mr. Brownstein, when in fact that is absolutely not true. And instead of elevating oneself, I think DDO residents deserve the truth for a change. I would hope that this city councilor, who's an incumbent, agrees in District 6, who claimed that my question, which was raised regarding Mr. Brownstein, was defamatory. And let me remind you, everyone, that claiming that to be defamatory is in itself defamation. Now, going back to Mr. Brownstein, what is this attack that you're speaking about? Well, 9 out of 10 constituents that I spoke to always asked me whether or not I will be as absent as Mr. Brownstein, and the answer is clearly no. So it is very legitimate if 90% of people, or if they're asking you that question, of us, our campaign, raising that question to Mr. Brownstein. Where has he been all this time? And for a very long time, incumbents who are elected consistently, either having opposition or not having opposition, have been far too comfortable sitting in their offices rather than actually discussing things, getting to know their constituents. Or, in Mr. Brownstein's case, what we have heard is that playing favorites is his style, especially those who become his clients for his legal practice. Well, let me tell you the following. I, as a public servant, will not play favorites, because I do believe in serving everyone equally with equity, okay? As fairly as possible, because that is my job. That is what I'm being hired, elected to do. And if you vote for me, I will represent you and hear you out. If you did not vote for me, I will still hear you out and try to solve your issues to the best of my abilities. And unlike Mr. Brownstein, I will not be playing favorites, and instead of creating more barriers to reach me, I will be having virtual town hall Q&As like this. And once the pandemic's over, in person, of course, on a monthly basis, so that I can hear every DDO resident out with their concerns, so that I can bring it to the city council and the mayor as a result of that. Remember, our job is to serve you, right? Not ourselves, you. And the whole point of being in public office is to find solutions to the daily events of our lives, and not to have them interrupted, and rather have a steady and peaceful flow to those activities that impact our daily lives.
Thank you.